So today we're going to learn how to set up the environmental chamber for the mannequin and do some mannequin testing. So the first thing that you need to do is very similar to what you did for the hot plate, and that's to set up the environmental chamber the night before so that your materials can be conditioned. So you're going to select the program button and then open, and then these are all the different tests that have been created in the environmental chamber, and you want to select the mannequin dry test or the wet test depending on what you're doing, and press open, and it will load that test. And then you want to press run, and if you want it to start later in the day, you'll select delayed start, and then if you want to pick a time for the delay, we'll say we're going to start it at 20. It's on military time, and then we'll press OK and then start delay, and then the chamber will go on that evening and it will run all night, and when you get in the morning, all your materials will be conditioned.
Before you start your test, place the mannequin right above the X and make sure the backbone is above the drain hole. Next, you'll plug in the sockets. This socket with the 9 pinholes goes into the right eye. The dash should be lined up with the red, and place it in until it clicks. Next, you'll line up the 4 pinhole into the left eye. Next, you'll place the IV cart right over the tape on the floor in the center of the mannequin, before the mannequin. Make sure all 4 cords are on here. The 2 temperature ones are located at different heights. The humidity sensor is on here, and also the air velocity sensor. For this, twist open the black carefully and slide it up, then tighten to close it. When you're finished, close the door and turn the light switch off. Next, you will retrieve and plug in the computer. Before turning it on, make sure the data cable connected from the box to the laptop, and also connect the power. Then, you'll turn on the machine to start the test. And then you'll open up the thermostat icon. Next, you'll click Norma or Norman, depending on if you're doing a male or female test. Then hit Continue.
All right.
Next, you will complete a bear test. This is what the screen looks like when the thermostat icon is pulled up. To complete the bear test, select Run and ASTM F1291 No Autocomplete. These are the parameters that are specific to the bear test. Now we can start the test and save it under the correct folder. After saving the file in the correct folder, this screen will pop up. Then click Display Profiles and Dry Standard 2016. After clicking the Display Profiles, make sure the colors on the left side of the screen are ones that you can see. You can change these by clicking over them with the right button. Then, select the Show Stats region to see which part of the test you're looking at. On the right side of the screen will be all the values for the test. You will look at the RCT values right here, the heat flux values here, the ambient temperatures, and the all zones. As said before, the yellow part of the screen is the Show Stats region. This is the yellow part highlighted. The values on the right, including the percent change for RCT, ambient, and heat flux, are shown just for the 30 minutes of the Show Stats region. When this is completed and there's not a lot of variation in your results, You may hit the End Test button and save your report. After you write down the stats numbers, make sure you take a screenshot of your results, save it under Paint under the same file as your results.
And you want to turn off the power control box before you remove the power cords from the mannequin's eye socket.
First, make sure the eye sockets are removed from the mannequin. Just like we have placed above, when putting shirts on the mannequin, place them all above before you begin your testing. Then, to dress the mannequin, lift the arms up. You will grab the first shirt and start putting the armholes on.
The mannequin is a little stiff, so you have to take care not to stretch out the garment too much when you're putting it on.
And you will slowly lift the arms down. Next, you'll put the pants and other needed garments on. And make sure the arms are located not directly next to the legs.
And straighten out the seams so that they're lying with the seams on the inside of the arm or however they're intended to be worn. Make sure they're not bunched up, nice and smooth across the shoulders.
Just put on the mannequin. Make sure you plug the cords back into the eye sockets. Then, make sure you put the IV cart back in its place and open up the air velocity center. For the clothing test, make sure all of your sets are laid out in the chamber. Then, when you're testing, you can go through each set to make sure there's little to no variability between the clothing.